The soul is not a melody, Kaelen. It's a key, Regal's Island asked, his voice thin and strained. He leaned heavily on Kaelen, the crystalline passage seeming to amplify their every movement. The pulsing light of the walls created a hypnotic rhythm, but Kaelen's focus remained locked on the old man's words. The holographic projections intensified, depicting scenes of a civilization far removed from their own. Towering structures of polished stone reached towards the sky filled with swirling nebulae, and beings with elongated limbs and luminous eyes moved with an otherworldly grace. A pang of familiarity echoed within Kaelen's mind, a sense of belonging he couldn't explain. The echo's voice resonated within his thoughts, smooth and persuasive. Ignore the ramblings of a dying man, Kaelen. He speaks of shadows and whispers, while the true power awaits you. Kaelen squeezed his eyes shut, fighting against the echo's influence. What shadows? What whispers? He demanded, his voice trembling. The truth, Kaelen, Lyra responded, her voice a comforting presence in his mind. Your mother sought to protect you. She hid the truth, hoping you would be safe. Another flash of memory, a woman's face, etched with both sorrow and fierce determination. She sang a phrase, not in the language of their people, but in something ancient and resonant. A Teravelm, the words felt like a heartbeat within his soul. A Teravelm, it's not a place, Kaelen. It's a remembering. A way to unlock what was taken. Regal's Island coughed, clutching his chest. The Sundering, it wasn't a natural disaster. It was deliberate. Your lineage, it's not what they're telling you. Lies, the echo retorted, his voice laced with irritation. Your blood is tainted, Kaelen, weakened by the rebellion. The true path lies in embracing your destiny, in harnessing the power that awaits you. Kaelen stumbled forward, driven by a sudden surge of adrenaline. The holographic projections began to distort, revealing a hidden aperture in a crystalline wall. The pulsing light intensified, bathing the passage in an almost unbearable brilliance. No, Lyra murmured in his mind. Trust your instincts, Kaelen. The echo is manipulating you. The true source, it's not what you think. With a final push, Kaelen broke through the crystalline barrier, emerging into a small, circular chamber. In the center of the room, resting on a pedestal of polished obsidian, was not the colossal crystalline structure he had expected, but a single, perfectly formed orb, radiating a gentle, pulsating light. It was smaller than his fist, but it seemed to contain the energy of 1,000 stars. What is this? Kaelen whispered, reaching out towards the orb. The echo's voice screeched within his mind. Don't touch it. That is an illusion. The power you seek lies within the larger structure. You're a fool to listen to these whispers. But as Kaelen's fingers brushed against the orb's surface, a wave of memories flooded his mind. Not the fragmented, distorted images he had been experiencing, of a clear, vibrant tapestry of his past. He saw himself as a child, being prepared for a ceremony unlike any he had ever known. He saw his mother, a face radiant with love and sorrow, whispering instructions, chanting the phrase Teravelna. He saw the ritual being interrupted, the memories being stolen, the lineage being severed. He saw the Avians not as banished, rebels, but as protectors, guardians of a forgotten truth. They were his people, descendants of a civilization that had mastered the art of memory and the power of the universe. They had hidden him, shielded him from the forces that sought to control him. And then he understood. The larger crystalline structure wasn't the source. It was a conduit, a tool for control. This smaller orbis was the true source, a key to unlocking his past, reclaiming his heritage, and confronting the forces that sought to manipulate him. You can't control me, Kaelen said, his voice resonating with a newfound strength. The light of the orb intensified, reflecting in his eyes. My memories are mine. The echo's voice shrieked in frustration, his carefully constructed facade beginning to crack. You don't understand. You are nothing without me. I understand perfectly, Kaelen replied, channeling the power of the orb. I am everything. He raised his hand, and a wave of energy pulsed outwards, disrupting the holographic projections and causing the entire crystalline passage to tremble. Regal's Island gasped, clutching his chest even tighter. What have you done? The echo hissed, his voice fading. I'm just beginning, Kaelen said, turning towards the passage, his eyes fixed on the path ahead. It's time to find my people. The orb continued to glow in his hand, a beacon of hope in the darkness. The song of his ancestors echoed within his soul, a promise of a future he was now ready to embrace. The Avians awaited,